from 2 away games. The cup holders Coventry, bemused by the cut and thrust. Manager John Sillett immediately proclaimed, Liverpool will be champions. Out of 15 points available in September, they managed all but 2. Ian Rush's replacement, John Aldridge, with 6 in the 5 games. October, 3 games, 3 wins, 9 goals. London's early season pace setters, Queen's Park Rangers, eclipsed by the brilliance of John Barnes at Anfield. In November, the Rolls-Royce developed a spot of engine trouble. 3 successive games without a win. Sir Ray Houghton was bought for £750,000, another touch of class. Kenny still got the Manager of the Month award, and Spurs got the treatment.
2 to Liverpool.
The unbeaten run was threatened in December. Chelsea put the shutters up at Anfield, but 90 minutes were just too long to hold out.
And Ray Houghton has set up the goal.
Not a goal conceded in January, and that goes for the Cup too. After a sluggish start, Peter Beardsley was beginning to look the part of a £2 million player. In February, they conceded a goal, the only one in 13 games. Mind you, they were 4-0 up at the time. Beardsley walks on water was the cry. He can play on it too. We're almost up to date. Earlier this month, Queen's Park Rangers felt their dilapidated artificial surface would give them sufficient advantage. It didn't, and they're sick of the sight of John Barnes. On Wednesday night, Craig Johnston ensured the Leeds record of 15 years ago was equalled. And so to Goodison. Yes, Goodison on Derby Day. And what could be the most historic league meeting between Liverpool and Everton? It's certainly the most ironic. I mean, to establish a new league record here at Goodison Park. Who could possibly have imagined it? Another landmark, today's attendance will take the number of people who watched Liverpool in the league this season to over 1 million. It needed a gate in excess of 18,000. We've got a few more than that, I can tell you.
Well, let's just look at the teams in today's programme. Everton, with Neville Southall in goal, a back four that's unchanged. What a great incentive for Dave Watson here. His early days were spent at Anfield. In the midfield, the very good news for Everton is that Peter Reid passed a test this morning and plays. His influence so vital to Everton's effort, and really the balance restored to a great effect now in that Everton midfield, with Kevin Sheedy playing his 4th game after injury. Up front, they've got Wayne Clarke and Graham Sharp. As for Liverpool, well, Bruce Grobbelaar in goal. In the back four, young Gary Ablett really gaining in confidence and composure with each passing game. In midfield, good news for Liverpool. Steve McMahon is fit, and the side that beat Manchester City in the Cup last week is here again now. That means that up front, Peter Beardsley and Craig Johnston. Referee is Roger Dilks of Mossley. It's his first Merseyside derby. Liverpool in their all-red strip, of course, getting this game underway, attacking the goal to our right. Fate truly has kept a trick tucked up its sleeve, that it should be Everton of all clubs standing between Liverpool now and this amazing record of going 30 games at the start of a season undefeated. They've met 3 times before this season. Liverpool won in the FA Cup and they've won once in the league. But Everton have inflicted on Liverpool their only defeat this season in the Littlewoods Cup. Gillespie. Notice the black armbands being worn by both sides as a mark of respect to the Everton director Jack Search, who died last week. Jack really was a splendid man. Sheedy. Oh, there was a chance there. Grobbelaar didn't know where it was, and Stephen almost got in. And the first little flutter there, suggesting that Everton might find a way through. It was a delightful ball played in. And Sharp couldn't quite gather it, and Grobbelaar only gathered it at the 2nd attempt. Brandon Howe's gone forward to the near post with Graham Sharp. Harper's gone in there too. Watson is poised. Wayne Clarke, another six-footer at the far post. But a poor corner. But the chance for Trevor Stephen to improve upon that as Barnes puts it behind for another corner. That's a better one. There's Grobbelaar again. He lost it though, and it's been put in by Wayne Clarke. Clarke has scored. Liverpool are behind. Grobbelaar's beaten. And who knows?
Well, the big fellas in the Everton team are causing Liverpool some problems there, and Bruce didn't get a hold of that one. And that was a simple little knock in there for Wayne Clarke. But there's the high ball into the box is certainly going to cause Liverpool a few problems, Brian.
Now what an afternoon we got with 14 minutes gone and from Everton's first corner of the game. The task has really been laid out ahead of Liverpool now. If they want that record of 30 successive games without defeat at the start of a season, they've really got to go fighting for it now. Gary Stevens gets it away. A goal that puts Clarke into double figures. 10 for the season now. Here's Poynton. Clarke's offside. Another angle. And again, those big men causing troubles. I thought Grobbelaar might have got that the first time, but he just failed to get it, and number 8 was there to slip it into the net. But now here come Liverpool. McMahon! Can Craig Johnston get there? Almost, but not quite.
What a marvellous ball it was by McMahon.
Super ball played in.
Craig Johnson always just a half a yard behind it, Brian. They're just reaching for it as it came across. Watch this ball by McMahon here. Outside of the right foot. Kept it away from the goalkeeper, and as I say, Craig Johnson just a half a yard behind it.
Sheedy away. There's Clarke. Very crowded and very frenetic, and the ball breaking again. A Sharp. Stevens. Gillespie. Long raking stride of his, getting almost into the box until Gary Stevens intervened, but at the expense of Liverpool's first corner of the game. Gillespie at the near post, but they're playing it out for McMahon, who's got a real dig on him. Onto the left foot by him, across the face of the goal, kicked away by Alan Harper. So nearly the Liverpool equaliser. It was McMahon's shot, but it was deflected, I think, along the way until Harper got it away. Ian?
I think it was Craig Johnson that got the little deflection there, Brian. Again, good play by Steve McMahon on his left foot. A rather weak shot, and watch Craig Johnson and off the line.
Good deal more than a deflection. Nickel away. Up goes Watson. But an unfair jump, jumping all over Ray Houghton. Gary Ablett with Liverpool's free kick. Floated towards Craig Johnston, but it was Poynton who won it. Beardsley. Delightful play by Beardsley. It might come to Craig Johnston. And Watson was in there too. And Neville Southall was able just to pounce on it when things began to look pretty ominous once Beardsley got clear. Pretty ominous for Everton. Hansen. Some delicate play there by Liverpool, but some really earnest and competitive challenging by Everton. Too much so, in fact, that it'll all have to go back. It's a free kick. Foul by Reed. McMahon, Ablett, and Gillespie right up there. Gillespie's shot, they claim a handball, the referee didn't want to know, it was an accident, and no deliberate handball, ball against hand. Let's have a look at this. It was a good run threading his way through there, and yes, the referee absolutely right. Slight missed kick there by him, and Gary Stevens getting in. It's with Hansen. This looks better for Liverpool. Beardsley away on the left, unmarked. And his shot is wide of the post. Probably the most promising looking move that Liverpool have made in this half, and McMahon picking out Beardsley.
Well, I didn't feel confident actually when he was running in there, because it's been sort of that kind of afternoon for Peter Beardsley, you know. And he was a good yard wide of that far post.
Well, no, Liverpool are taking off Spackman, and Everton are taking off Sheedy.
Oh, it's Sheedy's going off.
Ian Mulvey comes on. And Everton have brought Paul Power on, their second substitute. There's Power. Oldest man on the field at the age of 34. And Kenny at this moment doesn't really need a seat. He's been standing up for the last 10 minutes or so. Versus Ablett, Trevor Steven. Adrian Heath waiting in the middle. If he can get it across to him, maybe it'll be Gary Stevens, and then Peter Reid. Reid might go all the way, and it was little Beardsley. Oh my goodness, he almost put it into his own goal as Grobbelaar went to cover the near post. Lovely run by Peter Reid. Inside the last 3 minutes. Craig Johnston to John Barnes. Still with Barnes. Reid trying to get in there, and in the end Watson, it ricochets off Barnes, and it's a goal kick. It looked as though that might become a dodgy moment for Everton.
Well, I did at one stage here, because as Barnes started to dribble and got in the box, 3 Everton players converged on, and right away you think he maybe get a penalty kick here, but Peter Reid was involved again, and where he gets the energy from, I don't know. Oh, it was Barnes with the dribble. And there's little Peter coming in. In fact, Peter got the block on it. And the ball ricocheted off Barnes for the goal kick.
Power with a header for Everton. A free kick to Everton. A few more seconds. Inside the last couple of minutes. The clock on the scoreboard says there's a minute left. Ours says we are past the 45 minutes and we're playing time added on. Sharp is up with a header. Heath is in there too. Hansen brings it away. It'll be one of the last chances now for Liverpool to have the record for themselves, but Craig Johnston can't keep it in. It's Everton's throw. So an afternoon of highly committed football. Looks as though it's going to go Everton's way. Sharp taking it to the corner flag. It ricochets off there to Grobbelaar now. The quick boot forward. It's all over. Everton have won it. A handshake from Kenny Dalglish, but the outright record does not belong to Liverpool. They have to be content with a share with the Leeds United side of 73-74. The goal by Wayne Clarke after 14 minutes is what settles it. There's a great deal of joy and pride for Everton on this historic afternoon. They are jumping for joy on the pitch. A real great battling performance by Everton. A quick word from you, Ian.
Well, I think Everton thoroughly deserved it, Brian. The great performance by them. Pity for Liverpool, but they'll have to start all over again next season.
So the party well and truly spoiled by Everton, but what a thrilling afternoon it was, I think you'll agree. And let's get a view or two from the centre of the battle.
Well, let's talk to Wayne first. Wayne, did you have a chance to see your brother Alan before the game?
Yes, I met him in the car park when I went to park the car. He said two things to me. He said, get me a car park ticket and get me the winning goal. So I've obliged there.
You got him the car park ticket as well, did you?
Yes, I did, yes.
Well, let's have a quick look at the goal.
Yes, it's off a corner and Bruce has got it and he's dropped in. He just squirmed across the face of the goal and I just happened to be in the right place at the right time and bang it home.
Well, you've done your brother a favour, but Dave Watson, you haven't really done your brother Alex any favours, but a very special day for the Watson family.
Yeah, it was nice to see him on the bench and involved in some way. But the main thing for us was that we got the right result, and it was a good team effort and a good result.
You did say to me earlier in the week that you didn't need the extra incentive. Any derby game was enough to win it, but it seemed that there was an extra incentive out there today.
Well, I mean, the record's at stake. I suppose our fans wouldn't have liked to see them celebrating at our place, and I'm just glad we've done it for them, really, because they've had a bit of a disappointing season.
Right, well, we can give you this, the Barclays Man of the Match, a bottle of champagne. I think that'll be cracked between the two of you and a few others in the dressing room. Well done.